You know that story where somebody makes a request of you, wants something from you, and you tell them no, and then they don't take that for an answer. So they keep pushing in, whether it's that exact time or it's another time. They'll push in again, they'll make that same request again, and then you say no again, and then they don't take that for an answer. And they keep pushing in again, and this can happen repeatedly. Likely what happens is each time as this starts to happen and you start to feel the disrespect of them not heeding your no or your boundary, you're going to start to get irritated. Not only that, you might start upping your game a little bit, which means you might get a little bit louder, you might get a little bit more firmer, you might say things that are a little bit more honest, like, I don't want to be with you, I don't like you, I hate going to that place, whatever it might be. You guys get my drift. And then you're saying and doing things that are outside your personality and your level of comfort strictly because somebody else is pushing into your boundaries. Then, drum roll, you become the bad guy. Then all of a sudden they're all shocked because the 14 times that you said it kindly, or 3 or 4, they didn't listen to it. So then you upped your game, and now all of a sudden you're the villain. And God forbid that somebody in the outside world just saw that last time that you set that boundary with that person, the firmer, most dramatic time, and then like, oh my gosh, and now you have all these people around you thinking that you did something wrong. Well, this used to happen a lot to me in my life until I figured out a way around this. Because what I didn't like was, number one, I didn't like that I had to say no repeated times and be disrespected each time. But secondly, I didn't like who I had to become to hold that boundary, to hold my line for that person. I did not like that I was in a position of having to convince somebody that the reason why I was saying no was okay. Many times when we try to convince somebody through our reasons why we don't want to do what it is we want to do, they're going to try to find a loophole in that. They're going to try to find somehow that that's not true, and they're going to keep pushing so that they can get what they want. There's something that you must understand first and foremost. This person is emotionally immature. They are showing up to you as a child. Because what do children do? When children want something, they repeatedly ask, they beg, they keep pushing in, they try to find reasons, they go away, they come back with another idea, and this can go on and on and on and on. And chances are that the person who is not heeding your boundary and is not respecting your boundary, that they were that little child that if they pushed long enough, they got what they wanted. So the elders in their life did them a disservice because they gave in to them and caved to them. So they are going to do this with you because this has worked in their life before. Chances are you could be that one person that is actually setting and maintaining and holding a boundary without folding. So they're going to up their manipulation game and try to make you the villain so that you feel bad. Unfortunately, you're going to have to parent this adult that was not parented correctly. No, it's not your job. No, we don't like it. All those things. However, it is your job to respect and protect yourself. So instead of compromising your personality and saying and doing things that make you not feel good, and not only that, then you get it turned around on you that you're the bad guy, which you're not, by the way. You're never the bad guy, my love. I'm going to invite you to do this. The first time that you say no to somebody, if you want to give a little bit of a reason, you can. You can explain why. But the second time that you have to say no to them again, they keep pushing in and they're trying to find another way for you to say yes. It is no and done. I used to have so many people pushing into my life, pushing into my boundaries, pushing into my spaces. And I felt each time that I had to explain why, because I too am a recovering people pleaser. But then I learned one thing, that no is one and done, that I don't need to give any reasons why I'm saying no. That honoring myself, truly honoring and respecting myself, is saying no one time. And what I have learned to do is to say no, maybe give a reason the first time, and if they ask again, it's just no. It's no and go. When you're dealing with somebody that's going to repeatedly do this to you, give yourself permission to say no and to walk out of the room or to hang up the phone or to stop texting. And if that person continues and tries to manipulate you, the only thing that is going to get through to them is if they don't gain any leverage with you. So stop worrying about being the bad guy. You're not the bad guy. They're the bad guy for pushing in on your boundary that you so clearly said no to. If you enjoyed this episode and got a lot from this today, I'd super hope that you give me a thumbs up. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe and turn notifications. And until next time, everybody, please remember, you matter. And it is your job to love, respect, and protect yourself in the best possible way.